Welcome to St. John. We have made it to St. John, and if I look very tired right now, it is because I am. It is 6:40 in the morning right now, which blows my mind because look how sunny it is. In St. John, this time of year, in May, the sun sets at 6:40 p.m. and rises at 5:40 a.m. That is crazy. We got in yesterday, and one of the reasons why I'm up so early is because when I saw how early the sun rises, I wanted to be up because I wanted to prowl around the pool, maybe jump in the ocean before everybody gets up and gets their day started. It's a pretty easy night in last night. Travel was fairly easy. Miami Airport is about a little over 2-hour flight, Miami to St. Thomas. Once you land in St. Thomas, take a little bus over to the marina, to the ferry, and then from the ferry it's like a 12-minute ferry. So not super easy to get to, but also not that bad either. Left the house at 7:30 a.m. and got to this beast of a house at right before 4 p.m. So not horrible, but this house is stunning. It is 5-bedroom, 6-bath. 4 of the bedrooms are masters, and one of the bedrooms has 2 double beds. So everybody is getting their own room on this trip. The kitchen inside is insane. You have the massive ceilings, the longest table ever. I have never been here before. This is a first time for me, and I'm excited to see what it's about. I'm excited to see what there is to do, and I'm excited to figure out, is St. John worth it? Welcome to another video. So one of the greatest parts about this house is you have immediate beach access. Just steps away, you've got this one house next to us. Our place is tucked up there, but you can just walk down. It's a little grassy right here, but there is sand. You can just walk down with your cup of coffee in the morning, throw your flip-flops off, and get into the water. Not so bad, is it, Brooke?
No.
10 a.m. Look at the day ahead of us. Gym was actually good enough. It was a little box, but it had beaten up machines, a couple treadmills, a few dumbbell weights, a rack, anything you really need on a vacation workout. It was good enough. We bought a week pass. You just scan yourself in 24 hours, open access, and nothing special. A little grungy, beat up equipment, but what else do you expect when you're on an island in the Virgin Islands? So now, plan for the day is breaking out the Kindle once again. Sitting here waiting for everybody else to get their day going, and then I bop around and explore some beaches. Roadside coconut delivery. Thanks, Brooke. That is insane. Another day, another dollar. Second day here in St. John. We are finally situated. Yesterday, we really just wanted to relax, do a bunch of nothing, do a bunch of island stuff, and so that's what we did. We checked out some coconut smoothie place. I just got a coconut, hung out at the beach all day, bluest water ever, and then dinner at home. Again, beautiful day out. A little bit more overcast this morning, but it is 6:30 in the morning. I am up simply because I cannot sleep, and because I'm pretty excited for today. Today is our boat day. So we chartered, I'm not sure how big of a boat. They're serving us, they're tending to our needs. It's the whole 9 yards. We're gonna cruise around, check out some floating taco stand for lunch, probably have way too many drinks, and yeah, have ourselves a blast today. I cannot believe how early it is. I just can't believe I'm up right now. Nothing better than waking up on an island with a boat picking you up in the morning, and before that boat picks you up, getting a little workout in. That's actually the gym right there, St. John Fitness. Tiny little shoebox. I mean, there's more than 3 people in there. I mean, you're slammed in there, but the little remote island gym, it is it's very, very good enough. Whew. There's the dinghy picking us up from our backyard. Oh, we're in luck. Let's sit up there with the view. There's the captain spot right there. The paddleboard. Oh, that's actually a good brand of paddleboard. What is it called? The Boat brand. Not bad. But yeah, there's the rest of the crew getting picked up on the dinghy. Taken out to the little boat. Sit up there. It's not bad, not bad. What do you think, Brooke?
It'll do.
I think it'll do just fine. So what's crazy, I don't know if you can hear me, those are the BVIs right there. USVI, BVI. I just got a text message that I have the best international package plan. AT&T. We're not arguing with AT&T because we are not. There's evidence that I'm submitting to the court. But it's crazy that right there you have US, right there you have British, but both sides drive on the left side of the road.
I don't know if you guys can see this. I hear Mega Mountain.
Oh yeah! That's hilarious.
I don't know what to do about it.
Oh, she's mega minding it.
Oh, I'm mega minding it.
Hard to be that. I think you can jump off up there. This is awesome. snorkeled out here. Absolutely beautiful lobster fish. Trying to get the anchor up, but there is a storm coming. I can feel the raindrops coming. We can dive in.
Wait, Tyler, I need you to do something for me. I need you to record a video of me saying that it's gonna. Oh, what does my dad always say?
It's gonna what?
It's gonna push off. It's gonna push off. All right,
All right,
everyone, we're out
wait.
here. If you can see the squall, it's just definitely, it's going around. It's going around us. It's definitely going out. Or it'll be just a second. I don't know yet, but it is raining a little.
It's just gonna be a second,
It's
and
just
that
gonna be a
entire sky
And it's
is
gonna,
dark.
It's gonna,
Although I will say it's pretty bright
but
over
it
there.
will be blowing right over. It's just gonna blow right over.
Brooke, weather woman, what is the wind like today?
Okay, and here, very calm. I can take this out there, death. You don't want to be out there. And here, probably about like 13 knots, which is the sweet spot. Out there, 17 to 20.
And 15 minutes ago, this was bright blue water, but now things are getting a little.
And this is when typically the bad pirates show up in Pirates of the Caribbean.
The flag changed directions.
Why is the rum always gone?
The infamous taco bar.
I would have done anything for Tyler to not feed the fish because they were giant. And then they invaded our space.
It was great though because you put the food in the water and you had so many fish around
And
you.
it says, do not feed the fish.
It's the easiest way to catch fish.
But they didn't catch one.
Yeah,
So not only were they breaking the rules, but they were bad at it.
So lunch and the show, a little bit of a rain.
That's what we needed.
Turned out oh, a little wet. Goodness gracious. Does not get better than that.
No one cared about what I said.
Oh, we're gonna get wet again here in a second. It's the boys' night to chef it up. Shrimp. Ben, walk us through what we're cooking.
We had chicken marinating yesterday. We got some chopped up bell peppers and onion. And we made a mango pineapple salsa. Got mango, pineapple, cilantro, some charred jalapeno, garlic, lime juice. Then we got some shrimp on the skewers. More garlic, lime zest, lime juice, harissa, paprika, salt, and pepper.
Yeah, it looks good. But what we're doing this trip is each group's got a different night of handling dinner in the dishes. So tonight, the brothers have it. The last 2 nights was community, mom and dad. And then we'll go out a couple nights, and then the final night will be the girls who are doing a Caribbean jerk pasta. And so they're all hanging out at the pool. And then we got Chef Ben, Sam and I being the sous chefs. But here we have the masterpiece, the shrimp kebabs, looking so great. And the, chicken breasts. But can we just take a second and appreciate a bunch of meat and fish and a view. Epstein Island. This is we just dove right there, all down there, about 40-50 feet. Epstein Island. Just dove. Whoa. No treasures down there though. Well, it is now 3 p.m. and I know it is vacation. And I don't ever even work out at this time when I'm not on vacation. But we are walking to the gym because we're just gonna do some light PT work, XYZ, blah, 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 nothing crazy. But we had our diving this morning, which was actually really cool, so pretty interesting. Most of the dives were kind of centered around Epstein Island, which is a little crazy to see. And it was so pretty down there. The dives were only 30 to 50 feet for the most part. So not deep dives. The reefs were so gorgeous. So saw some rays, angelfish, lobster, crab, eel. Nothing crazy. There was not like, oh my goodness, the animals were crazy, but the reef itself was just gorgeous. So that was great. And then we dove out of downtown. And so after downtown, we got lunch and kind of planned to bop around at some shops and check it out. But really, there's not much going on downtown. We went to High Tide for lunch. It was pretty average. Good view, of course, but food was average. And then there's only a handful of shops. Got another drink somewhere else called Banana Deck, which was, again, just very average with a pretty view. Decided to call it, head home. Now everybody's sitting by the pool reading their books, and I figured I might as well do my workout for the day. Even though I've had one beer, I've had 3 drinks today, and it's 3 p.m. I went scuba diving, but we're gonna get it in anyways. This freaking gym, right by our place, 24/7. It's just too easy not to. I will tell you what, these trips are great and all, but we are now day 5, I think. It starts to wear you down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. With all the workouts, the drinking, the sun, it beats you up, but at the same time, it's kind of relaxing. I think if you don't really drink that much, being on an island has got to be extremely boring. I mean, there's not like a crazy amount to do here. I think there's a few hikes that are a little bit easier. There's a few beaches that I think we're gonna try to explore today, but the island is only so big, which is why rum is so big here. They're saying because it was colonialized by the British, so that means you drive on the left side of the road here. The cars are American, so the steering wheel's on the left, but you also drive on the left. So to remind everybody that they all say drink right, drive left. I don't know how serious they are about the drinking part. Yeah, I'm just blammering. I just woke up, just getting some vitamin D in my eyes, making some coffee. Yesterday, a bunch of hanging out, scuba diving, which was pretty cool, around the Epstein Island, which is kind of creepy. And then, bopped around downtown. And then we had a private chef come to the house and cook us some dinner. Didn't take any videos, didn't even take a picture of the food. That was the first time I had a private chef like that. It was a great experience, especially when you're in a nice house like this. Why do you need to leave for a restaurant? I don't know. I wish I took more videos of that, but that was great. It was pretty quick. He showed up at 6, cooked us gazpacho, a couple appetizers, gazpacho, lobster, and then chocolate and key lime pie. In and out. They showed up right at 6, left right at 8. Pretty easy. Today is going to be a little bit more exploring and a little bit more relaxing. Once I get this cup of coffee in me, we've got our longest run of the week, and then we're going to drive to the other side of the island, check out some of the famous beaches, which apparently are hard to get parking at. So we'll see how that goes, and if we do get a spot, we're just going to post up for the day. On to day 5. Bonjour, day 5, 6, 7, somewhere around there. I'm not exactly sure which day. We got a couple days left before we hightail it back to the mainland. Just wrapped up a mediocre workout, but that is okay. We were on an island on some holiday, and really just getting a pump and sweating out the day before. Yesterday, a blast, which is why we just wanted to get a sweat in. So we beached it. Oh dang, iguana, look at him. Oh shoot. So we beached it at the infamous Cinnamon Bay that old buddy Kenny sings about in one of his songs, something about like take me back to Cinnamon Bay. Pretty cool, nice beach, beautiful waters, and then had to get back at a reasonable time because we got another boat for a sunset cruise. So before we did full day cruise from 9:30 to 5:30, and then this time was 4 hours. Picked us up at 3 to 7, where dropped us off at a couple of spots, snorkeled, paddleboarded. Actually paddleboarded where Kenny Chesney's house is located, although he is all the way up the hill. But the beach was just beautiful. Cruising around in a little sailboat in the evening as the sunset was spectacular. And we actually agreed, you got to get a boat when you're here. Just nobody has their own little center consoles. Like I kind of thought it would be similar to the Bahamas. Everybody's got their own boat that they rent or bring. Here, nobody's docking up. Nobody has their boats. It's really only sailboats, some catamarans posted up. So you got to get a sailboat to explore the island, the other smaller islands around. I'm out of breath walking up this hill. And we agreed that we would have rather have done 2 or 3 sunset cruises rather than one full day on the boat because it's a little bit cheaper just to do the 4 hours because the sunset, spectacular. It's hard to find a good sunset on this island unless you're on the other side where we're staying in Cruz Bay. You got the island in the way of the sunset, so it was just gorgeous watching that sunset. But I will say, the only reason why, I mean, no regrets, it's kind of your decision, that chartering the boat for a whole day was great, is because we circumnavigated the island. We checked out that taco bar, which is cool, on the other side of the island in that window of time. Gave us just enough time to stop at a spot, taco shop, stop at another spot, and basically just circle around the whole island so we could see it from all angles. And if you just did the sunset cruises, you don't have the time to do that. So that's just kind of my thought, but sunset cruise was amazing. Today we are checking out another infamous beach. Maho, I think, is what we decided on. Gonna go to a little town shopping area, grab some lunch, and then we got dinner tonight. But basically just gonna eat, beach, and then eat again. Not a bad day. The infamous windmill bar. No more windmill. What a view. Yeah, look at that. It's a vibe in here. Night out on the town. That's the craziest town, but it is pretty. There's a few shops around here we're browsing around in before we head to dinner. Just hitting some shops, a lot of touristy shops around here. There's really only like this little plaza. There's a couple things around, but nothing crazy. But it is peaceful, and it is very island-like. One thing I will say though is that there are bars everywhere. Every little crevice, there's a little shack of a bar. Nothing fancy around here, but you can find a drink at all places. Even in the state park beaches, they have bars. They're not like crazy bumping bars, but there are a place to get a drink everywhere you go, which is sick. We have made it to the last day of the trip. Decided to come back to our favorite beach that we tried out of 3 or 4. And it is the classic Old Blue Chair. Shout out Kenny Chesney, Cinnamon Bay. It is absolutely stunning. Parking is more reasonable than some of the others. The water is gorgeous. Yeah, we decided it was the favorite of our beach. We went to Hawk Truck on the first day, Cinnamon Bay, and then Trunk, which is another one of the best beaches here in the Virgin Islands and one of the best beaches in the world, some may say. But our favorite was Cinnamon Bay. We're just sitting here on this last day trying out the food truck here that they keep posted, because we tried a sandwich spot downtown to pick up, and 8 sandwiches is a little too much for a small island like this, and they said it would be quite a while for us to get that. So we decided to just hit the road, sit up at the beach, and just order at the food truck. So that's where everybody is off now too. Beaches are amazing here, but I will say, as small of an island as this is and kind of in the middle of nowhere, they do get fairly busy. Finding parking anytime after 11 is a little bit of a challenge. If you come in around 1, you might be catching some early risers leaving the beach for the day. But if you're coming right around when we are at noon, you might have to park on the side of the road and hike a little bit. So that is one thing that I recommend. It is also so weird because in my mind, being in an island in the middle of nowhere, it should be just beach and a few people here and there. But like I said, the beaches get a little bit busier, and they're national parks, so they have gift shop, food trucks. This one's got a cafe that opens at 5 o'clock, like a full-on restaurant, which is nice, especially if you want to get food. But in my opinion, if I'm gonna feel like the island lifestyle, I want it to be absolutely no businesses around, which sometimes is inconvenient, but that's just a personal preference. Plan for the day, our final day, is to sit here on this beach, finish the book that I started, The Lincoln Lawyer. Highly recommend it. It took me, a week to finish it. Easy read, captivating. I've got last 10% that I'm gonna finish today. And then head home, pack some of our things, clean up a little bit. The girls are cooking dinner tonight. Try not to think about travel home tomorrow. But it has been a great trip so far. Not over yet. I always like to remember, and I've talked about it in my other videos, the last day of the trip is as much a vacation as the first day of the trip. But for some reason, it's hard to not think about leaving tomorrow, but gotta live it up just as much as you lived up the first day, because you are still here. If you wanted to be miserable, you would have just left the day before. This is not bad. All right, Brooke, walk us through what's for dinner.
Anxiety. With a side of jerk chicken that's going to be grilled with a creamy sauce with some asparagus and mushrooms pasta. We also have a side Caribbean salad with toasted almonds, cucumber, tomato, all the things. Mia is making her dish that you need to ask her about.
Some shrimp.
So it's a Spanish dish called gambas al ajillo. I'm hoping it turns out well. My first time making it.
So what do we drink? What are we working with?
We're gonna be, your bartender today is making dark and stormies. So it's basically rum, ginger beer, some lime, and some bitters. And then for dessert, we're having a rum pineapple sundae.
Ooh, wow. You guys are really chefing up over here. I wonder what the damage is gonna look like for cleanup.
We're doing pretty good.
Marinated Caribbean jerk chicken. One last cup of coffee here. Oh, brother. Final morning here in St. John. It is 7:30 a.m. We've got about 30 minutes before we head back. I gotta take the cars back, 12-minute ferry, 40-minute shuttle ride, and apparently the airport's a mess. So gonna give ourselves plenty of time to get back there. St. John was a blast. Girls' dinner last night was great too, by the way. But I will say, this island, I don't know about St. Thomas, but just as far as St. John, there's not a lot to do here. It is an island for sitting at the beach and reading a book and having a few drinks. Not a lot to do here. Scuba diving is okay. The reef structures were crazy. As far as fish to see, wasn't anything spectacular. There's no real good fishing around here. What's interesting is nobody has their own boats. All there is are sailboats, catamarans, but you don't see yachts. You don't see the center consoles cruising around. Nobody seems to have their own boat, so there's no boating scene, no fishing. It's a small island, so the biggest hike you get is 2 miles, and the downtown is nice, but There's not like a crazy amount to do. And basically, as nice and also as boring as it can be, is it's just for sitting at the beaches. The beaches are spectacular, but I don't understand how people vacation homes here, come here multiple times a year, for weeks, for months, or even just living here. I would go crazy. You think about Hawaii, so much to do. Great fishing. Mexico, great fishing. You can go inland and do some things, adventure, hikes. Here, you're just hanging out, which is great, but it gets boring after a little bit. Great for vacation because you really can disconnect here. You don't have great service. Getting here fairly easy, especially if where you're coming from. For us out of Miami, 2-hour flight and then just a little ferry over. Now if you're coming from other parts of the country, it does, tack on the flight because you're just heading south. Getting here, and the flights aren't too crazy. The prices are what you would expect. It's not outrageous. It's not dirt cheap. It is still the US. Find a $15 sandwich and a $12 beer, or you can find a $6 sandwich and a $4 beer somewhere, just depending on your vibe. But it is relaxing and it is great because it makes you excited to get home and get back into a routine. So would I recommend St. John? Yes, but I would not say it is my favorite island, not my favorite vacation spot. I would recommend going at least once, checking it out for yourself, doing the cruises, diving if you have the opportunity, although I wouldn't say it's the best. Cinnamon Bay, have to go to that beach. We decided it was our favorite, and bring a good book, have some rum, and expect to do a whole lot of exploring the first bit of the trip and then relaxing the second half, because after that there's not too much to do. But would I recommend it? Yes, for the price, for the experience, to know and to disconnect. But do I think you need to come back multiple times a year, buy a vacation home here? Probably not. Hopefully, safe travels home. Gonna finish this cup of coffee and we'll hit the road, and thanks for watching another one. See you back in the mainland.